The Premier League weekend throws up another intriguing clash as Liverpool make the trip to Turf Moor to face Burnley. Both clubs come into this encounter with very different ambitions, yet the stakes are equally high. For Liverpool, it's about maintaining momentum under Arne Slot and ensuring they keep pace with the league's early frontrunners. For Burnley, now managed by Scott Parker, it's about steadying the ship after a turbulent start to life back in the top flight. One major headline before kickoff is the confirmed absence of Curtis Jones, who has been ruled out for Liverpool. The 23-year-old midfielder has quietly become a dependable figure in the Red setup, and his injury deprives Slot of a crucial option in the middle of the park. The question now is how Liverpool will adapt against a Burnley side still finding its feet under Parker's new philosophy. Liverpool's season so far has been a mixture of promise and teething issues. Slot has introduced his Dutch-inspired tactical structure, which emphasizes aggressive pressing and fluid transitions, but his side is still learning to execute it consistently. In attack, new signing Alexander Isak has quickly proven to be a smart addition, linking well with Mohamed Salah and Cody Gakpo. Isak's ability to drop deep and combine with midfielders has added another dimension to Liverpool's play. The front three looks dangerous, but they are still working on converting dominance into ruthless efficiency. Midfield is where things get trickier. Curtis Jones' absence removes an element of press resistance and composure. Slot must decide whether to turn to Ryan Gravenberch for energy, Harvey Elliott for creativity, or shuffle Alexis Mac Allister into a more advanced role while deploying Wataru Endo deeper. Each option has pros and cons, but against a Parker-managed Burnley side, balance will be key. Defensively, Liverpool have steadied themselves compared to the chaos of last season. Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahima Konate have formed a strong pairing, while Andrew Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold continue to provide width. Goalkeeper Kevin Kelleher, covering for Alisson in some fixtures, has also impressed with his calm distribution. With Scott Parker now at the helm, Burnley are undergoing a stylistic transition. Unlike Vincent Kompany's possession-heavy approach, Parker favors a more pragmatic, compact style with emphasis on defensive organization and quick counterattacks. Parker's time at Bournemouth and Fulham showed his preference for structured defending and using wide players to stretch the pitch. Burnley under him will likely be less expansive but more disciplined, focusing on frustrating bigger opponents and seizing opportunities in transition. This makes Turf Moor an even more difficult destination. Parker understands the importance of making Burnley tough to beat at home, and he will demand his players press smartly, stay compact between the lines, and exploit Liverpool's high defensive line. Forwards like Lyle Foster and Zeki Mduni will be tasked with running in behind, while wingers such as Luka Kolosho could be key in carrying the ball quickly up the pitch. In midfield, Josh Cullen and Josh Brownhill will look to disrupt Liverpool's rhythm and ensure Parker's shape holds firm. Curtis Jones' injury may seem like a small detail, but his role is crucial. He gives Liverpool the ability to retain possession under pressure and dictate tempo in midfield. In matches where opponents press aggressively or defend in numbers, Jones is often the player who keeps Liverpool ticking. Against a Parker-coached Burnley, his absence could be particularly damaging. Burnley will likely sit deep and force Liverpool to be patient. Without Jones, Slot may need to rely on Gravenberch or Elliott to step into that responsibility, though both are still developing in terms of consistency. The lack of Jones also raises questions about Liverpool's defensive transitions. He is excellent at covering ground and cutting out counters. Against a Burnley side looking to spring forward quickly, that quality will be missed. Isak versus Burnley's defense if he's to lead the line. Isak's clever movement and link-up play could drag defenders out of position. Parker's backline must stay compact and disciplined to avoid being exposed. Salah versus Charlie Taylor. Salah remains Liverpool's most consistent threat. Taylor will have his hands full keeping him quiet, especially when Trent overlaps and doubles the overload. Midfield duel without Jones. Burnley's Brownhill and Cullen against Liverpool's Gravenberch and Mac Allister could decide the tempo. If Burnley win enough duels, they can break Liverpool's rhythm. Set piece. Parker knows the value of set pieces in games like these. Burnley will target Liverpool aerially, while the Reds will try to use Van Dijk and Konate at the other end. Slot's Liverpool will dominate possession, pushing fullbacks high and seeking overloads in wide areas. They'll attempt to pin Burnley back and open space through patient circulation of the ball. Burnley under Parker will likely drop into a low to mid block, forcing Liverpool to break them down. Their game plan will focus on quick counters and maximizing set pieces. Parker's pragmatism means Burnley won't overcommit, but they will look for moments to pounce when Liverpool overextend. Another factor could be Liverpool's tempo. Slot's side at times has struggled to break down stubborn defenses, and Burnley will hope to capitalize on frustration creeping in if an early goal doesn't arrive. For Liverpool, these are the kinds of fixtures that define a season. Title challengers don't just win the big games. They grind out results at places like Turf Moor. Dropping points would raise questions about depth and mental toughness. For Burnley, this match is about survival and building belief under Parker. Even a draw would be a morale booster and a sign that his pragmatic approach is starting to bear fruit. Securing points against a giant like Liverpool would also energize the home fans, whose backing is crucial in the fight to stay up. Burnley will frustrate and challenge Liverpool physically, but the Reds' superior quality should eventually shine through. Expect a cagey first half before Salah or Isak provides the breakthrough. Predicted score, Burnley 0-2 Liverpool. Final word, with Curtis Jones ruled out, Liverpool must find solutions in midfield, while Scott Parker's Burnley will look to make life difficult at Turf Moor. It promises to be a battle of patience, pragmatism, and moments of brilliance.